Radical.
It is a day to rejoice, wrestling fans. I'm over at WWE's YouTube channel, and this was uploaded about 30 minutes ago. This is a clip of R-Truth actually clipping his hair. I'll get into that in a moment. He's back. R-Truth is back, but not exactly. So let me explain. I had an upload, and in that upload I talked about how it made no sense for WWE to release R-Truth. Made no sense whatsoever. His merch, I think he had like the highest selling t-shirt, the Ron Cena t-shirt. He just had a program, just had a match with John Cena, and it made no sense because this guy is universally loved by WWE fans. He's very, very what you call over. This guy is talented too. He's a wrestling veteran, he's good on the mic, good in the ring. Made no sense. There was no problems that anyone had with this guy. Consummate professional. So there's a lot of people right now that are having a discussion. Not only that he's back, not only about what he did in this particular upload that I'll link after this, but a discussion that really gets a lot of clicks and gets a lot of interest in the product, which is not what's going on really in the ring, but backstage. The discussion of, well, was it all a work? Did I get worked? If it was a work, it was a brilliant fucking work. I mean, I was pretty sure that they actually had not fired him, but let his contract go. I was pretty sure that they made a boneheaded decision to not re-sign him. So you got people saying basically it was 100% a work. You got people saying that no, it was not a work. They just listened to the fans and that they didn't want to deal with what they dealt with years ago after CM Punk left, where people were chanting CM Punk. I don't think it would last as long, but still they didn't want their shows hijacked by fans going, "We want truth. We want truth." It just goes to show you how pissed off fans were about that happening. Now, if it's a work, it's brilliant because they knew how over the guy was. What am I leaning to think? Well, I just read something which kind of would reveal it's a work if this is true. Apparently, a week or so ago, there's one wrestler. She's the female wrestler on Judgment Day. Dang, I just forgot her name. It's the one that a lot of people go wild for because she's very attractive, but she's also very muscular. It's kind of like, she's not as big as China was, but it's kind of like, what if there was a very like muscular, yet still very attractive, and I'm not going to say she's feminine. Damn, I forgot what her name was. But, she was the leader of Judgment Day. And she was wearing a Ron Killings t-shirt. And then on the WWE website, which a lot of people pointed to, they had a Ron Killings t-shirt basically ready that they were selling. So it'd be kind of like a giveaway right there that it actually was a work. So after hearing about that, I think it might have been a work. Now, you actually have Ron Killing's son, though, coming out saying basically Triple H was a liar. So that's weird. Maybe it's a little bit of both. I don't know if it could be a little bit of both, but it could be a fact that they had a contract negotiation and he just didn't like the numbers that they were giving him. Officially, though, as far as you can see what officially is, he wanted the name to be Ron Killings, which is smart because this means, when he wrestles, it's no longer R-Truth. That's his actual name. So anyways, I'm just getting ahead of myself. There's a lot here. And I don't want this to be like half an hour long, so I'm just going to get to the point here. He's back. That's amazing. As you can see in the background, I wanted to leave this running because you can see how many upvotes are happening. Only 30 people are mad that he's back, but you see, it's under an hour and already 11,000 upvotes. Apparently there was like 45 million across social media, all the social medias. There were, I think, 45 million upvotes. I don't know how many social medias WWE is in, but basically this guy is incredibly over. And he's incredibly popular, like I said, but he's back. And So now we get the whole story about who Ron Killings is and this transformation of R-Truth, which was a very happy-go-lucky, funny character, into a more serious character that I'm excited to see, but I never really got to experience because he was in TNA, I believe, and he was actually a champion in TNA. So this is a really interesting story if he was to be taking on John Cena. But then I see in a sidebar that CM Punk challenges John Cena to a title match. So I don't know how that's going to work. How about this? Wouldn't this be interesting? What if we had a Ron Killings run-in? You know, and then he interfered in that match, and then CM Punk won the title. That'd be interesting, right? Even though it's kind of a heel move, but I think he's going to be basically like an anti-hero face. You know, very strong face, an anti-hero face. There's two things I just want to finish off. He actually made his debut. He was wearing a hood, black hoodie, came to the ring, and then he picked up John Cena's title, knocked him in the head with the title, caused him and Logan Paul, who I despise as a person, as a YouTuber, for several reasons, but I got to give him credit. He had this moonsault that looked about perfect. It was a gorgeous moonsault. The guy's actually a good wrestler, as much as it pains me to say that and give him some credit. He's actually a good wrestler, just a shit human being. Him and John Cena, as the heel team, was beat by the Yeeting guy, the Yeeting guy, and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, Yeeting guy and Cody Rhodes. And he caused John Cena to lose. And then right now, in this video, he talked about how, well, R-Truth is too kind, too friendly, just not serious enough. But then he actually takes scissors out of his pocket. You have Michael Cole and the other announcer. They're basically backing up like, oh, what's this crazy motherfucker going to do with these scissors? A lot of people's wondering that. He got these scissors. Is he going to stab somebody? Oh, shit. No, he actually cuts off 3 of his dreads. And the one, he actually doesn't get it all the way, so it looks kind of funny as it's sticking up kind of like a cow lick. And they were pulled tight as dreads. And he's an older fella. He's in his 50s. Maybe he was actually kind of balding. When it comes to like a black guy, it's kind of harder to tell if they're balding than a white guy, just because of the skin tone and everything. But he's going to cut the hair now, and he's now Ron Killings. And he said to put some respect on his name. He is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yeah, so I'm excited to see this. It looks like a setup for a main event run. And let's look at some comments before I head off here. This person said, prime run at 53 is insane. 90 overall Ron Killings is here, baby. I wonder if in the next wrestling game, if actually he's going to have a 90 overall. He hasn't gone by the name Ron Killings since his old TNA days. The truth has set him free. Let's see. Ron, the Truth Killings is finally arrived in WWE, about damn time. Rest in peace, R-Truth, 2008 to 2025. So you could also look at it like this, in this way. R-Truth maybe was let go from his contract. R-Truth was fired, but not Ron Killings. Ron Killings is back, baby, and that's a great thing.